What's up, guys? I know that a lot of you guys have been supportive, and I've actually hit that 100 subscriber mark. So basically, I wanted to get on here and tell you guys what made me interested in the channels, the anti-flat Earth, anti-conspiracy channels. So basically, I was married before I got married when I was 18. He was 15 or so years older than I was. He had groomed me, actually, to be, the perfect wife, and pretty much coerced me. Hey, this is a good idea, made me feel like I wasn't good enough to get anything else. But that's beside the point. He had always been pretty mentally abusive, and later on toward the end he got physically abusive also, which is that was my breaking point. I actually got out of there and moved away from him. We're divorced now. It's been about 5 or 6 years. He also decided to start researching these conspiracies and certain things. He started with like the Alex Jones channel and started reading a bunch of religious type literature. Became a Hebrew Israelite. That's basically those guys that stand on the street corner and yell about how white people are, the devil. And so it's crazy. And all this while he was married to me. I remember at one point we were sitting in a Chinese restaurant, a buffet. I was trying to have a nice lunch, and he suddenly says, "Hey, guess what? Guess what I learned? Did you know that there are no such thing as planets?" And I looked at him really funny because I've always been very interested in astronomy. I grew up with the telescope. It wasn't the best, but it was really cool. I went to a university that actually had a really nice telescope, and during my astronomy classes, we would take it out. My favorite part was when we looked at Jupiter. We saw the moons of Jupiter. It was still pretty small, but you could make out the clouds and the shadows of the moons on the surface. So I looked at him and I said, "You've got to be kidding me. What do you mean?" And meanwhile, I'm trying to keep my head down because he said it in such a loud voice that the other people were looking over at us and sort of wondering what the heck was going on. Oh, no, those aren't planets. Those are fallen angels. Yeah. Then he started going down this road of everything leads is a sign that Satan owns the world. The different symbols, like the little Starbucks symbols, that was satanic. And at the time I was driving a Pontiac, the little star thing, triangular. Oh, that's a sign of the devil, which I never really argued with him because there wasn't any point. I just tried to change the subject and move on to different things, I guess. I started having nightmares about all these things and symbols coming to life and coming after me and demon possession, and it was horrible. I mean, if I was having dreams like that, and I don't even believe this crap, I'm pretty sure he was pretty miserable also, and fearful, afraid that everything's out to get him. So that's a really shitty existence. Now, like I said, toward the end, he started getting physically abusive. The first time was over some video that he wanted me to watch, which was, gosh, what was it about? I think it was the Andromeda Galaxy or some galaxy was, or maybe it was the Pillars of, what is it, the Pillars of Creation? Oh, well, you need to come see this. And I look at the screen. The Pillars of Creation or whatever galaxy, that's God's throne. And it was so ridiculous. I just kind of shook my head and said, that's stupid. that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So at that point, I went into my bedroom, locked the door because he got pretty angry. He actually busted down the door. Fortunately, I had a phone in there. But it was nighttime. I was in my pajamas, so I was in my closet trying to put on something so I could leave. So yeah, he basically closed me up in the closet and grabbed hold of me and, slammed me into the wall a couple times. And then, yeah, so anyway, going back to the reason that I do this, it's because nobody should live like that. Nobody should have to live with somebody like that. So I encourage everybody, even if you're afraid of the person, there's still a way out. You can get out of that. If you've started to go down that rabbit hill of everything is a conspiracy, everything's out to get you, Satan and the devil and demons are stars and planets, and just stop. And I mean, think about it. Use some common sense. Just don't do that. Don't go down that rabbit hole. It's a bad place to be. It's a miserable existence. So anyway, that's my story. I hope that everybody has a good day. And again, thank you so much for the subs. I will see you guys later.